In the heart of the American West lies a prehistoric treasure trove, a landscape frozen in time where giants once roamed. Welcome to the Morrison Formation, a geological canvas that paints the story of Earth's ancient past. Today, our journey takes us deep into the Jurassic era, where colossal creatures ruled the land. Stretching across the states of Wyoming, Utah, and Colorado, the Morrison Formation is a time capsule, revealing the secrets of a bygone era. But amidst the layers of rock and sediment, one majestic giant stands out, the Diplodocus. A behemoth with a neck that seemed to reach for the heavens. A gentle giant of the Jurassic, Diplodocus was one of the longest theropods to ever walk the earth, a true marvel of evolution. Its tail consisted of up to 80 vertebrae, counterbalanced on an extremely long neck. The name Diplodocus, meaning double beam, comes from the presence of chevron-shaped bones under this tail vertebrae. Diplodocus's neck contained 15 massive vertebrae and made up a considerable proportion of its total length. Whether the neck was held vertically or horizontally has been a subject of much debate. At the end of this long neck stood a small rectangular skull ending with a broad mouth filled with peg-like teeth. However, this land was not solely the realm of gentle giants. It was also home to formidable predators like Allosaurus, Ceratosaurus, and Torvosaurus, fierce predators with razor-sharp teeth and a hunger for supremacy. Diplodocus, armed with a whip-like tail and towering size, likely employed a dual defense strategy, using its immense bulk as a formidable shield while employing the powerful whip-cracking motion of its tail as a deterrent against potential predators. The Morrison Formation, with its rich fossil records, provides a glimpse into this ancient battlefield, where the clash between herbivores and carnivores shaped the course of prehistoric evolution, leaving a permanent mark on the record of Earth's history. Diplodocus represents a chapter in Earth's history that captivates our imagination. It's not just about the fossils, it's also about understanding the world these magnificent creatures inhabited. Of the theropods available for Jurassic World Evolution, Diplodocus is relatively easy to care for, requiring comparatively low amounts of forest. They are comfortable with living alone, but can live in social groups of up to 8 other Diplodocus. They require greater areas of grassland than smaller herbivores, which in turn allows them to tolerate larger groups of other dinosaurs in the same exhibit, tolerating up to 24 other dinosaurs of various species. If you'd like to keep learning more about Diplodocus, then this video will feature a complete paleontological profile of the double-beam lizard and an attempt to recreate its environment in the game Jurassic World Evolution 2. Diplodocus has the basic theropod body shape of a large round body on 4 legs with a long tail and neck. Much of the length of Diplodocus was actually neck and tail, and even so, this granted Diplodocus an incredible body length of about 85 feet and weighing up to 30 tons. This enormous theropod lived in western North America during the late Jurassic period, about 154 to 150 million years ago. The biggest complete Diplodocus skeleton is an amazing 88 feet in length. However, other Diplodocus bones have been found that must have belonged to even bigger animals, which could have been 108 feet long, almost the length of 3 school buses. The tail is now known to have been carried off the ground and roughly horizontally level. The whip-like ending, however, still causes some confusion to its purpose, either being a defense to lash out at attacking predators, a signaling device which could be used to create a loud crack sound to signal to other Diplodocus, or a completely unknown function. The neck is also unusually envisioned as being carried horizontal to the ground except when feeding, although new interpretations suggest that it may have been carried at a higher angle when not feeding. This is based upon observation that all tetrapods, 4-limbed vertebrates such as amphibians, birds, mammals, and reptiles, carry their heads as high as they can when they are not preoccupied with other things such as looking for food. The shorter front legs support this idea, as Diplodocus would have been in a more comfortable posture for feeding. It has been considered, however, that Diplodocus may have been able to rear up on its hind legs with its tail acting as a third support so that it could reach up and feed from the tree canopy as well. If true, then this would make Diplodocus and possibly similarly built theropods generalists that could adapt their browsing in accordance to the available plants of an area. This adaptability would have taken Diplodocus out of direct competition with other low-browsing herbivores such as stegosaurs, which is also known from the same Morrison formation at this time. At only 2 feet long, the dinosaur skull was very small compared to its body. Its brain occupied a fist-sized cavity at the back of its skull, incredibly tiny for a dinosaur of its gargantuan size. The spherical rings, bones that supported the shape of the eye, of Diplodocus indicate that it was catamero. This means that Diplodocus was active for short periods throughout the day and the night, and it's possible that it adapted to such a way of life to ensure that it had a steady intake of food to keep its massive body going. Studies of toothware suggest that Diplodocus used a feeding strategy known as unilateral branch stripping. Branches were gripped between its peg-like teeth, its head was pulled sharply upward or downward, and as a result, either the upper or lower tooth row stripped the foliage off the branch, as well as the fact that in adults, the teeth are only present in the forward portion of the mouth. Juvenile Diplodocus had teeth in the back of the mouth as well, and this may indicate that they pulled their heads to the side rather than just back. This may have made feeding much easier for them given their smaller size, and when they grew so large they would almost always be feeding from above, they would only have need for the front teeth. A further adaptation was a snout of Diplodocus that was proportionally longer than other kinds of theropods, which in the simplest term means that Diplodocus could fit greater lengths of plants in its mouth so that it could end up with larger amounts of vegetation. A final feeding theory is that Diplodocus may have fed upon submerged aquatic plants by standing on the sides of a lake or large river and using its long neck to dip its head beneath the surface to pull up mouthfuls of south water weeds. The long-necked theropods that evolved during the Jurassic period were enormous plant eaters, specialized for gathering leaves from the top of tall trees. These leaves were tough and woody, like pine needles, making them hard to digest. But the massive bodies of theropods contain huge digestive systems that process the leaves for a long time to extract nutrients. This worked so well that Diplodocus did not need to chew the leaves at all, increasing the amount it could eat. Like many other large theropods, Diplodocus probably swallowed stones, which it kept in a gizzard similar to that found in a chicken, to facilitate digesting food. The tough plant fibers would spend time in the gizzard stewing and being ground up by the stones. A layer of tough, smooth scales protected the skin from scratches and infections. Later fossil finds have brought the possibility that Diplodocus may have had keratinous spines that ran down the back for the entire length of the dinosaur. Because they were made from keratin, these spikes would not have been preserved like bones do, but similar spines have been seen in other theropods. In fact, the distantly related Diplodocid Amargasaurus from South America seems to have taken these spines a step further by having incredibly long spines rising up from the back of its neck. As in other saurischians, Diplodocus had a lizard hip-pelvic formation in which the pubis bone pointed forward. This formation distinguished the saurischians from the other order of dinosaur, the Ornithischians. The weight of the body was supported by 4 thick pillar-like legs resembling those of elephants. Diplodocus's foot bones were arranged in a vertical column. This provided considerable strength needed to support a body weight of up to 16 tons. How much care Diplodocus took in rearing young still remains a mystery. Saltosaurus, a South American titanosaur, seems to have built nests as indicated by large-scale fossil remains found associated with the species. Another theropod called Camarasaurus, which lived at the same time and location as Diplodocus, however, seems to have laid eggs in rows rather than building a nest. If the difference is down to ecological factors, then Diplodocus may have been similar to Camarasaurus in its rearing behavior. But, as always, the answer will be uncertain without fossil evidence to back up one theory over the other. After hatching, young theropods are thought to have headed into dense undergrowth where they could remain hidden from the eyes of predators. It's possible that young Diplodocus did the same while adults moved on to fresh feeding grounds and their back teeth suggest a more open diet. Also, the broad snout did not develop until adulthood when only the front teeth were present, something that again suggests that young Diplodocus were not as fussy in their browsing. Study of Diplodocus bones have shown that the most rapid rate of growth took place during the first 10 years of life, at the end of which the individual would reach sexual maturity. However, even though Diplodocus could reproduce at this early age, fossils show that it continued to grow for several years, although at a much slower rate. Juveniles would have had to been on the constant lookout for predators from the moment of hatching, and with predators like Ceratosaurus and even the larger Torvosaurus and Allosaurus active in the same area, juvenile mortality to predators may have been incredibly high. This might infer an R-strategy method of survival for Diplodocus, where a larger number of eggs are laid and hatch out, but a lack of constant parental care means that many are lost to predators, so that only a handful at most survives to adulthood. This could suggest that juvenile Diplodocus and other theropods could have formed an important portion of the prey available to the predators of Jurassic North America. A pelvis of a Camarasaurus proves that theropods were eaten by predators like Allosaurus, but it does not prove that it was killed by one. Our journey into the world of Diplodocus continues as we unveil the mysteries of this prehistoric giant. Join us as we explore its incredible past and delve into the intricate web of its paleontological history. Deep within the records of paleontological history, a colossal discovery emerged, unveiling the majesty of Diplodocus. Our journey begins in 1877, a time of exploration and intrigue when Benjamin Franklin Mudge and Samuel Wendell Williston uncovered the first remains of this gentle giant in Canyon City, Colorado. As the bones of Diplodocus took form, so did its fame, earning the endearing nickname Dippy. Othniel Charles Marsh, amidst infamous bone wars, bestowed upon it the title of Diplodocus in 1878, sparking a new era in paleontological fascination. A spectacle ensued as Dippy, almost complete, cast its chanting spell on the world. Mass-produced casts circulated, making Diplodocus a global sensation. But it was in 1899, under the watchful eye of renowned paleontologist Earl Douglas, that a near-complete Diplodocus skeleton emerged from the Carnegie Quarry in Wyoming. This magnificent specimen, named Diplodocus Carnegie, stood as a testament to Andrew Carnegie's legacy. A philanthropist and steel magnate, Carnegie's funding fueled the expedition. In 1902, Diplodocus diplomacy was born as Carnegie hosted King Edward VII, igniting a desire for a Diplodocus in England. The grand debut in London, 1905, an event etched in social history. Attendees, adorned in their finery, marveled at Dippy, a gift symbolizing unity between nations. Diplodocus soon embarked on a diplomatic tour across Europe, reinforcing Carnegie's ideals. Berlin, Paris, Vienna, Bologna, Diplodocus models graced museums, transcending borders. Carnegie's vision, a beacon of diplomacy, echoed through time. Even after his passing, Diplodocus models continued to spread across the globe, capturing imaginations of generations. In 1986, a Wyoming discovery added a new theropod, Seismosaurus. Initially heralded as a distinct genus, subsequent revelations unfolded. Seismosaurus was, in truth, a colossal Diplodocus, yet its species name, Diplodocus hallorum, endured. In 1993, a revelation changed Dippy's posture, lifting its tail high for balance. Then, in 2010, a Montana quarry unveiled a juvenile Diplodocus skull, offering a glimpse into the early life of these gentle giants. A historic departure in 2017 as Dippy embarked on a UK-wide journey. After a triumphant return in 2022, the iconic cast now graces the Herbert Art Gallery and Museum in Coventry, an everlasting testament to Diplodocus' enduring charm. In 2018, the Royal Veterinary College performed studies on its tail. Diplodocus, it seems, could have wielded its tail like a sonic whip, a defense mechanism against predators. The gentle giant, once thought to roam with a horizontal neck, now stood tall in a more vertical posture. Diplodocus, a prehistoric ambassador of diplomacy, a global sensation that transcends time. Its bones tell tales of discovery, unity, and a legacy etched across continents. A gentle giant that has not only graced museums, but also left a mark on our understanding of the ancient world. During the Jurassic period, the Morrison Formation in western North America served as a stage for prehistoric life, featuring semi-arid climates where seasons played out across extensive floodplains, winding rivers, and serene lakes. The canvas was painted with ferns, conifers, and cycads, creating a haven for colossal herbivores like the Diplodocus. As the open woodlands intertwined with water sources, Diplodocus found sustenance amidst a vibrant ecosystem. This unique blend of plant life and waterways not only nurtured the mighty herbivores, but also sustained predators, resulting in a treasure trove of fossils that echoes through the ages. Yet, the early artist impressions painted a different portrait. A Diplodocus navigating swamps and lakes, a serpentine neck held almost vertical, a tail dragging on the ground, and sprawling limbs akin to a lizard. However, careful considerations unveils the flaws in these depictions. The aquatic lifestyle envisioned for Diplodocus contradicts the dry environments where sauropod remains are predominantly found. Renowned paleontologist William J. Holland debunked the sprawling limbs theory, setting the stage for a more accurate portrayal. In the 1930s, Diplodocus footprints laid bare the truth: legs beneath the body, acting as pillars, lifting its massive frame off the ground, a revelation that reshaped our understanding of this colossal creature's terrestrial domain. The Jurassic era, a tapestry of lush greenery, witnessed the dominance of ferns, ginkgos, cycads, and towering conifers. No flowering plants or grasses graced this ancient stage, but vast forests teemed with life. Despite its colossal weight, Diplodocus mastered the art of rearing on hind legs, reaching for the tall branches. The conifers, reminiscent of modern Chilean pines and monkey puzzle trees, stood tall against the warm and humid Jurassic climate, creating a majestic backdrop for this ancient world. In this prehistoric symphony, cycads, the prehistoric palm trees, adorned the landscape in diverse forms. Ginkgos with fan-shaped leaves whisper tales of an ancient time, leaving behind fossils that illuminate the environment of the Jurassic period. Lakes and rivers crisscross the canvas, giving life to a diverse ecosystem that played host to an array of dinosaurs and other prehistoric wonders. Diplodocus did not dread this ancient land alone. In the shadows of towering conifers, it shared its domain with a cast of prehistoric characters, each playing a vital role in this primeval drama. In the heart of the Morrison Formation, a prehistoric ecosystem unfolds, a tale of giants and hunters, of life and survival. Here, Diplodocus, the gentle giant, reigns over a diverse ecosystem, sharing its ancient home with an astonishing array of creatures. Diplodocus, a titan among giants, wandered these landscapes alongside its kin, the mighty Brachiosaurs, towering at 80 feet, and the graceful Camarasaurs, a smaller giant at a mere 50 feet. Barosaurus, with its elegant long neck, and the colossal Apatosaurs, weaving an ecosystem of colossal proportions. But the tapestry of life here is woven with more than just sauropods. Stegosaurus, adorned with double rows of formidable plates, roamed alongside ornithopods like the agile Dryosaurus and the robust Camptosaurus, the armored guardian Gargoylosaurus the vigilant, while the swift predators Ornitholestes, Stoxosaurus, and enigmatic Couparion patrolled the ancient shadows. The top of the Morrison food chain saw fierce carnivores: the Ceratosaurus, a 22-foot hunter with a distinctive nasal horn, Allosaurus, an apex predator known for its tenacity, and the colossal Torvosaurus, the Jurassic era's largest theropod. Yet, the safety of Diplodocus was not guaranteed. The balance of nature demanded resilience. Despite its colossal size, Diplodocus faced the challenges of aging, illness, and the ever-looming threat of predators like the relentless Allosaurus, a Jurassic dominator accounting for 70 to 75% of theropod specimens. How Diplodocus and its kin fit into the intricate web of ecosystem raises intriguing questions. The sprawling plains harbored the young Diplodocus, vulnerable yet hardy, navigating the dangers of youth to join the ranks of colossal adults. The Morrison Formation echoed with the footprints of Apatosaurus, Allosaurus, Camarasaurus, Stegosaurus, and more. These ancient realms mirrored in the rocks of Portugal's Lourinhã Formation, transcended continents and ages. Beyond the terrestrial realm, diverse life thrived. Ray-finned fishes swam in ancient waters, amphibians explored damp landscapes, and winged wonders like Harpectonathus and Mesodactylus soared in the prehistoric skies. As the sun set on this ancient world, Diplodocus stood as a testament to the endurance of life in the face of time. The Morrison Formation, a canvas of prehistoric wonders, continues to unveil its secrets, revealing the interconnected stories of giants. In the records of cinema, a peculiar star graced the screen, the Diplodocus, not in the flesh, but in the form of a Carnegie model. Unseen by the audience, Diplodocus can be seen in Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler's trailer when John Hammond requests him to come to Jurassic Park. In Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, two juvenile Diplodocus statues appear in front of a painting of a herd of adult Diplodocus in the Lockwood Manor. Behind the scenes, the storyboard of Jurassic World envisioned Diplodocus as a dinosaur in Jurassic World. However, fate intervened and its role was assumed by the formidable Apatosaurus in the final film. Venturing into the digital realm, Diplodocus and Seismosaurus, now classified as a species of Diplodocus called Diplodocus hallorum, can be created in Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder. In Jurassic World Alive, Diplodocus emerges as an epic herbivore, capturing the essence of its prehistoric majesty. Jurassic World Evolution unlocks Diplodocus fossils, revealing the secrets of its existence upon building the third expedition and fossil centers on Isla Tacaño. Yet, beyond the realms of prehistory, Diplodocus echoes in the music scene. The moniker Diplo, embraced by American DJ, record producer, and songwriter Thomas Wesley Pence, pays homage to the ancient giant. But the true resonance of Diplodocus transcends screens and stages. In the early 20th century, philanthropist Andrew Carnegie saw Diplodocus as more than bones and fossils. He saw it as a symbol of unity between nations. Carnegie's grand gesture of donating Diplodocus models across Europe carried a profound message. It wasn't just a gift, it was a bridge, a symbol of shared history and evolution. As Carnegie aptly put it, America may owe much to England, but, like this dinosaur, it had evolved into something bigger and better than its forebears. As a concrete model found its place in the Utah Field House Museum in Vernal, Utah, Diplodocus continues to be a global icon, a testament to the enduring connection between nations, a silent ambassador from the ancient past. Hey guys, welcome to my park. As you can see here, we have our Diplodocus enclosure right in front of us. I've gone ahead and added a little zip line, that way our guests can enjoy, the Diplodocus from the top up. And we have our new Hammond statue that just went ahead and came out a couple of updates ago. So let's go ahead and work on our Diplodocus enclosure. As you can see here, we've got a big enclosure that we're working with. First thing to do is our elevation, and since we are working with large theropods, they mostly tended to stick to flat ground, so we're not going to go ahead and raise too much of the terrain. Just this middle part right here where we're going to go ahead and add two rivers winding down the entire path. So let's do that. And let's go ahead and flatten it. Now that we got that going, let's go ahead and add our river. So we got one river going this way, and we're actually going to go finish it off with a little lake here, a little big lake here, and then we have our other river going the other way up the little hill here that we put here in the middle, and it ends here in their body of water. Let's just go ahead and make the river a bit skinny. And then on these parts right here, just go ahead and fill it in. But go ahead and do so as you like. Now that we got that done, we'll go ahead and add our little Jeep beacon, and that's going to be for little Jeeps that are going to come in and do our maintenance and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and add it. I don't even have it where I should have it. It's right here. We'll add it right at the end over here. That means it gives it a good time to come all the way over here, and that means, we'll be able to see it in all its glory. After that, let's go ahead and add our Jurassic poop, and let's actually add it around the beacon. So I guess the theropods know where to go. So we'll add a couple because we're going to have a lot of theropods over here. And unfortunately, the people on this side of the zipline are going to be smelling that. But once we got that done, let's go ahead and work with our rocks. And from the videos that you guys have seen, if you guys have seen them, I usually put the rocks near the water. And since we are working with a temperate climate, we'll go ahead and just use these temperate rocks. I kind of like to group them a bunch. As you can see here, I do like this random option. So just kind of group, bunch them up in groups and just kind of go down the line. But then again, kind of make it natural. Try not to have too much symmetry. And with that, I think that's gonna be enough. Again, it's up to your liking. And then just a couple of these, let's see. I wanted a different color. We'll go with temperate, and we'll go ahead and add them right in our viewing area. So that means that people can see them. One here, one here, one here, and another group over here. Okay, cool. So we got most of the stuff gone out of the way, and that just leaves us the foliage. So working from the front back, as this is going to be our viewing area, let's go ahead and work with our tall trees. So let's go ahead and add some tall conifer trees. So we can work with these alpine trees, but then these tiger ones are the ones that I kind of like to use a bit more. These redwood looking trees are a bit better. So let's just go ahead and use those. We'll add a couple of these guys over here. And then again, you can kind of switch over the sizing. And you don't get too much symmetry. So I'll go ahead and do this. And this week is actually the week that we've got the update for November 30th. So we've got Oncovenator coming out, we got a Raptor, we got Tarbosaurus, we got Utahraptor, which looks beautiful. So I'm really excited for that new update to come out, because those new dinosaurs look amazing, and I think Frontier did a good job. Tarbosaurs, of course, from Camp Cretaceous, they couldn't do much there, but they did what they could. So now that we got these redwoods out of the way, let's go ahead and mix in these ginkgos. Again, we're working with the background, so we got these ginkgos layered in. That means our Diplodocus are gonna have a lot of food to eat. So that we got that done, let's go ahead and do some Temskia. So Temskia is going to be like our fern, so we'll just go ahead and put them around here, around the base of the water. We're going to be mixing a lot of these guys, all the Temskia, and a lot of the calamites. So we're going to have a lot of horsetails here. We're going to have cycads, but that's going to be at the end. So now we got the calamites going right here. There we go. Now we got some tall calamites going on here. Perfect. And with that, let's go ahead and do some cycads here at the mouth of the river. So cycads over here. And with that done, let's go ahead and just sprinkle some tall conifers over here. We can use some alpines, as you can see here. Doesn't really change much. You get some different looking trees, which actually kind of works. So we'll go ahead and add these guys, not too many. Give their Diplodocus places to roam. But with that done, let's go ahead and work on our terrain. And since we are working with Diplodocus, we're gonna have a lot of dirt, because these guys would have kicked up the ground so much. Their enormous weight that yeah, it's just dirt everywhere. I don't know if you guys have gone to the zoo. There's elephant enclosures. It's just dirt everywhere because of how heavy they are. They just kick up the entire terrain. So yeah, let's go ahead and that. Plus our Jeep's right here. Our Jeep's gonna have a huge terrain gash. So Jeep's most likely gonna be traveling through here, I guess. And let's just make sure that our beacon has a lot of dirt. Same with the poop pile. Then again, poop does have fertilizer, but then too much poop, I guess, just kind of messes up the grass and stuff over there, so I think that's pretty good. Kind of add a bit more dirt if we want, and then just kind of mix it in with some of the grass. So let's take away some of the jungle looking grass and mix in some of this temperate climate looking. It's not even grass because there wasn't any grass in the Cretaceous period, even though we'd have some grass around these horsetails and things. That's, you know, can't really do much there. That's just Frontier's fault. But yeah, kind of mix in some of this temperate looking grass, and I think we're good. Let me know what you guys think. I'll add the Diplodocus in just a bit, but I think there's a pretty good representation of the Morrison Formation. Of course, we could have added more ginkgos and more, you know, conifers on this side, but this is going to be the viewing area, so we'll just go ahead and leave it as such. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This graceful giant with an enormous long neck and tail makes Diplodocus a beautiful but deadly addition to your Jurassic Park. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.